I'm David Papp.
I'm Mike Blackmore.
So we thought we'd do a recap for you guys of 2018. Kind of what happened online this past year. So where do we start, Mike? I think one topic I always like to touch on is what we're doing right now, video.
Yeah, video is certainly creeping into everybody's conversation this year. It was kind of like a rumor before. Now everybody's starting to take it a little more seriously, and I think it's the platforms. Hey, the platforms are really serving up.
I think they're embracing it.
Yeah,
and I think people are coming to realize that we're all walking around with video recording devices now, and it's no longer about production. Mm-hmm. It's about the content.
Absolutely right. There's that old, if it didn't happen on video, it didn't happen. I mean, you look at everything's covered now. I mean, they can go back to every TV, CCTV, there's video on everything. So it's a huge part of our life.
Absolutely. We're talking obviously on the topic of online marketing, digital marketing, using video. So in 2018, do you see, is Google taking a preference to seeing video content?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, they are taking it so seriously that any day now you're going to be able to do lead gen forms right off your video pre-roll. So picture this.
Nice.
You're watching a video on the brand new 2019 Ford Bronco.
Okay.
You're loving it. And the next thing you know, this little form comes up, asks you, hey, would you like to book a test drive? How convenient is that?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so these are some of the things that you can look forward to as a business owner as well. I mean, you don't have to go to your website.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. We certainly noticed in our business, our favorite advertising platform, we've shifted around, you play with LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. It's the YouTube pre-roll ads. We're having a blast with those right now.
Yeah, I bet, eh? It surprises me actually, because I always skip the ad. And when you look at the metrics,
but it's still brand awareness, even for the person and that was a free skip.
It's the best 6 seconds that you can get for free. Absolutely.
Exactly. Yeah, that's awesome. So if you help them, they will come. This is something that you pulled up in an economic impact report here with Google.
Yeah, I think everyone has a need. And I think, or an intent, you might say. So, if they're out there and they're looking for your type of business and products, I think if you're willing to help them, they'll come to you. And there's many ways that you could help them. I mean, it could just be as simple as answering a question. It could be a chat interaction. They could call your business. I think either way, if you're willing to help somebody, they're willing to come to you. So
that's very true.
Yeah.
And Google is all about answering questions. I mean, that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, you could really simplify that as to you have questions and you have the answers. Meaning you as the customer would type in a question and you as the business would have the answer. So it's peer-to-peer really. And a lot of times Google will serve up old listings because nobody's actually answered the question better since 2006. And so you might run into that a little bit. Unfortunately, those are a little outdated.
Yeah. So anything else coming up in, there we go. Some juicy little ones. In fact,
you
said,
you know what? Actually, one of the things that were really, I think, game-changing for 2018 was Google Duplex.
Okay.
That is phenomenal. You may have seen it on the Google Marketing Platform announcement back in May, but essentially all it is it's actually going to make calls for you to businesses to book like hotels, restaurants, and it's creepy good. Okay, and if you have a Pixel 3 phone, I just picked one up, it actually now has a feature when people call you that you can actually send it, the old block system, you can actually, check this out, get the person's first 2 sentences read to you without answering the call. So it pops up like a text message.
Oh my.
So it's like screening your own calls. And there's actually a voice that answers your call and the person starts talking and then they send you a transcript to see if you want to take the call. It's beyond creepy. And I think that's one of the big changes this year that's really going to help businesses out.
Well, on that note, the way they're achieving that, of course, is through AI, and we're hearing the notion of chatbots that are coming online quite big now. Are you seeing that a lot with your clients?
Yeah, about 9 months ago, I was just watching transcripts and people are getting freaked out. The minute they see them as a bot, they're like, what is this?
Yeah.
This isn't helping me. And so I think they were scared. I mean, essentially what a bot is a tree map of conditions, right?
Yeah.
So I think if you do it right, I mean, you can really get people directly to the part, you know, if you're a service center or a call center, a chatbot would be extremely helpful, kind of leading the witness. So.
Except the next evolution I'm seeing, especially out in Asia right now with the bots, is the use of AI. They're actually not just following a set of logical scripts, they're actually making intelligent answers based on the context of the question and looking at its bank of information that it has from before. That's where it's getting scary. Some people say they can't even tell the difference.
You're right. So IBM Watson comes to mind. Doesn't look for an answer. Actually, it's quantum computing. So it's able to deliver like manuals back in real time, where a human would actually have to go and source that. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was an interesting year to say the least. Hey.
Yeah.
This one is really interesting. If you run a Google AdWords campaign, you may see a column now that says store visits. And so people just aren't filling out forms on websites like they used to. It's definitely been declining over the last 4 years, especially. And people are more likely to call you now because they go to the chat window, they don't get the answer, they can't find it on your website, so they're like, I'm just gonna call, right? So, you know, you see that happening and you might think that your marketing's not working.
That's true.
But there's another aspect to this. How many people actually came to your brick and mortar after seeing your ad?
Yeah.
Well, this year, Google announced in-store visits. And how they do that is they ping off the Google My Business listings and the cell towers. There's 4 actual ways that they know you're at that business. So then you might say, hey, actually, this is driving people directly to my store, not to my website converting, which gives you the whole picture, right? And I think you'd want that.
There's a lot of stuff, a lot of material that comes with online marketing. The biggest problem actually that we have noticed, and Mike and I were commenting about this, is that people are feeling that there's such a gap occurring from where their current knowledge is and what's occurring in the industry that they're actually too afraid to even ask the basic questions anymore. They don't even want to admit that they don't know.
I think that's human nature. You don't feel stupid, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's...
And that's what's happening.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's just going to continue to create a bigger gap.
Yeah, I think, you know, we can help that by, you know, you guys said you're doing a lot of, you know, service educating the clients, and I think that will pay dividends for you as well.
Yep. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure that you go and take a look at all the other content that we're dripping out on a regular basis. You can smash the notification bell down here. Make sure you subscribe over there or wherever the button happens to be on the screen. You can leave some comments, depending on what platform you're on. We do monitor that stuff and probably create another segment piece just for you.